Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? I believe it's Wednesday. Yes, it is. Guys, we're changing things up a little. You may have noticed we've got a new stream overlay as well. Let me turn the music down a little so I can focus while I explain this. But I think I was getting a little like, what's the word I'm looking for? My streams were kind of all over the place and I wanted to like organize them up a little bit and kind of do more like focused streams. So when I stream, I'm probably gonna be streaming actually more days but shorter times each day, so probably like 2 hours rather than 4. But when I do, what I want to do is like today all we're gonna work on is drawing silly ducks, and then tomorrow maybe all we'll work on is storyboarding or the collection we were working on. So I just kind of wanted to just like simplify my streams, so like all we're doing is one thing, and that way people kind of know a little bit more what to expect while they're watching me. And I'm hoping it'll be a little bit more entertaining. I don't know, because I think there were some things I was streaming that were like, it was a little bit mundane, but it was work I needed to do. And I think I can work a little bit faster when I'm, you know, just by myself. So those kind of projects, the mundane ones, I'm going to try and do earlier in the afternoon and then save the more like focused projects for streaming in the like last 2 hours of the day. So that's the plan, guys. So today we're going to do silly ducks. As you can see, we have a nice new silly duck overlay. I'm framed out in a duck flipper shape. And then I put chat in a little floaty raft. I think it turned out pretty cute. I spent way too much time yesterday making like a ton of overlays. So as we like do different subjects, you guys are gonna see the new overlays, which will be I'm excited to show some of them to you because they're actually kind of fun. But yeah, so we have this silly duck here. This is I've already did the line work, so we're gonna work on the color fills, and then I have the next silly duck we need to do. I worked out the roughs, but if any of you guys have watched Bruno Mars's new music video for his, because he has a new album, one of his songs, I believe it's called Risk It All, you might recognize this scene. So I'm doing a Bruno Mars silly duck from his music video. I really like this shot in the music video. I love the framing and the lighting with the windows and just kind of like the angle they positioned him at with the cowboy hat. It was just peak cinema. So I was like, I need to do a Bruno Mars silly duck. So we're gonna do that, but first we gotta finish the color fills on this one. So you know what? I didn't finish all the line work because the backpack, there needs to be a backpack. Hold up. Let me, what layer do I want to put that on? But yeah, that's the plan, guys. That is what we're gonna be doing. I was afraid that I may have made my overlay a little too wide, so I might have to do some adjusting because I don't want it to I think I might need to move the raft a little for chat. But you know, I was like, it's not gonna be perfect, and sometimes you just need to like use something that you made to really see like whether it's working or not. So I was like, well, I'll just make it, and like everything's on separate layers so I can adjust it, and then, you know, do a couple streams and then be like, fix all the problems I run into later. That way I'm not just trying to like assume what the problems are gonna be. Okay, I think I did a size. No, it's just 50. I think I usually do 45. Okay, so the backpack. So here's the straps here. I should probably put one there. This duck is inspired by how tired I usually look after flying. And guys, I haven't even flown like that far. Like, this is how I look after like only 4-hour flight. Like, I've never even done long ones. So I have a lot of respect for people who are able to fly that long. It takes a toll on you. Hold up, I see somewhere where I messed up here. Just gonna smooth that out a little. Backpack. I started something new today, guys. I'm not gonna spoil all of it, but it is storyboard relating. So in the future, once I get the rough boards done and kind of work out, I'm still writing like the script for it and everything. Once I have that done, I'll be working on like the cleanup stuff, so I'll be able to show it to you guys then. So there are storyboarding projects in our future on stream, which would be nice to get back into. And it's not Reggie related. I know we were doing like the penguin ones, but I want to take just a little break because there's a project I've really wanted to do. And I don't want to put it off anymore. Like, I really, really want to do it. So I'm gonna do it. But so Reggie's gonna get delayed slightly on the third one. But that'll work out because I have to wait. I want Joe to score the first two and then be able to share those with you guys. And then we'll start working on the third one. By the time he's got them scored, I imagine I'll have a good amount on this next storyboard done. So I'm very excited about it. Also, the goal with this next storyboard is I want to actually film the boards that I write out, which will be a nice little challenge. I haven't done much in terms of film. I was into photography, but I feel like as a storyboard artist, there does come a time where you need to have experience like actually trying to film the scenes you boarded out. I feel like it helps give you a better idea of the whole production. And I'm gonna do it with my phone, so let's go. But you know, like everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but lots of people are doing like crazy stuff with their phones, so it's not like that's a big shocker anymore. But it'll be interesting also learning how to like color grade my video footage when I cut it together and everything. So I'm very, very excited about the process. Oops, that was the wrong layer. Hold up. Okay, backpack. It's gonna be fun. What I've begun doing is just drawing through the character because sometimes you try to like guesstimate where the lines would come out on the other side of the character, but it's better to just draw it out and see where it actually goes. Should we add like an extra pocket on it there? And then maybe like a little, like a plushie charm. That'd be kind of cute. What kind of charm would a little duck have? I feel like it needs to be something water related, but how do we draw that? Because ducks do love water. Maybe like a water droplet? Or maybe just stereotype it. We do like a little duck flipper. Or maybe we should just leave it the way it is. I think we'll just leave it the way it is. Just keep it simple. I think we'll coordinate the suitcase and the backpack in colors. And then we'll add like maybe the contrasty color in the little like neck pillow. Maybe that's what we'll do. Also, I think we might need to add in a floor. Just so we have a little... Oh. I have to line this up with... It seems to be lined up with the lines of the suitcase. Like the tires. Or not tires, the wheels. You guys see what I meant. Because that's kind of telling us what the directions of these are telling us what the perspective is gonna have to be. And that's probably good enough. I'm gonna lower its opacity. And we can get rid of the rough sketch underneath. I wouldn't say I dislike flying, it's just like, it's always a long, it's like a long process, you know, between getting to the airport. Even if you're not going to be on the plane that long, even if you're going somewhere like only 3 or 4 hours away, it's still like the whole process. And so you usually end up like, you gotta get up earlier than normal, and then, you know, getting through security. It's just like everything's a slow process. But I enjoy like I don't mind like once you're through security, like the airport's not bad. There's always like, I don't know, there's fun stuff to look at. And then I don't know. I feel like it's really, I'm always like amazed by how like airports function, like all the people it requires, like doing their jobs. Like it just blows my mind. I'm like, I just have so much respect for like everybody who's like working there, and just because like everybody plays just like this little role like that's a part of like this a really big thing that somehow functions on a day-to-day basis. It's pretty crazy. I feel like I sound a little bit like a boomer saying that, but that's just how I feel about it. Like I'm just always amazed. Okay. Guys, now we gotta decide what kind of duck are we gonna do? Because as you guys know, turn up this music a little. Let's look up for some references up for different duck breeds. Because we did do, I really like that brown and white spotted one we did that time. It was so pretty. Well, we could do, some of them are a little complex, so maybe we'll go with more of the simple ones. I might do a cayuga. They're really cute. They're almost like a penguin because they're like black and then they have like the bib that's white. They're like one of my favorite breeds. We have one, and like as she's gotten older, she has like, it's almost like, it looks like snow, like the spots of white that she has. It's so pretty. Oh, I gotta make a decision now. Alright, we're gonna do the cayuga. Usually when I do them, I do kind of like a purple shade for the dark part. Bum, 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 bum. All right, first we need a base fill. Let's use a light to mid-tone purple shade. It's a good start. So you guys can see it. All right, we're good. I feel like I draw this kind of deck a lot. It's like the one I have as my wall art. Let me show you guys. Bum, bum. There you can see her. This one here. She's super cute. I absolutely love how that collection turned out. I think the camera's good there. I really want to get all of the ducks printed out, but I need to get more frames. I've been meaning to go to like a thrift store. I like going to thrift stores because you can get, like if you go to, like if you want to get a cheaper frame, you can get like cheaper plastic ones at Walmart. But I like the like wooden frames and like the real glass instead of like, sometimes it's plexiglass or like acrylic. But I like those, and so you can get them like really cheap. Well, it depends on like the thrift store you go to. Some are better than others, but if you just check around your thrift stores, there's usually a lot of frames, and they're nice ones. They're like usually older, like there are some like old ones where you can like see they're scratched, so you have to like dig through those, but there will be some like nice wood ones. And yeah, those always look really nice. Like that one frame I have, it's like a collage one. It has a space for like 3 different. Here, I put my Christmas ducks in it. Show you guys. That one up there. That one I got at thrift store. I think it was like $4. It was a win. It is a really, really nice frame. It's perfect. So when it's not like Christmas time, I haven't switched it back since I probably could since we're March. But yeah, I picked it out perfect for the forest collection because I have 3 prints from the forest collection, which looks really nice in it since it's a brown frame. But it also works really nice like during the holiday season to put the Christmas ducks in it. So it's nice to be able to switch it out. Ideally, I'd like to get another one similar to it and then just be able to like have them up all year round. Because I don't mind having Christmas themed stuff around all the time. I just think the ducks are cute, so. Maybe we'll keep the fill separate on the suitcase. There we go. I want to put a little shelf behind me, like in this section, so I can sit Psyduck there, because you guys can't really see Psyduck, but I have Psyduck here with me today. Maybe I sit him on my lap. Like, I need to do that. Yeah, I have Psyduck, like, wearing my glasses, because I realized they fit perfectly on his head. I don't actually need glasses. I'm really lucky, but these are like the blue light ones. So sometimes I find if I'm working really late and the only light source, they're a little dirty, is like my computer screen. Like if there's not enough like light coming through the window and it's just like a direct source, I find that they help my eyes. Maybe it's just like in my head though. Because I do know there's like some people that say like the blue light glasses don't actually do much, but then other people say they really do. So I'm also one of those losers who will wear glasses for like fashion purposes. So I mean, feel free to judge me, guys. I judge me too sometimes, because I have 3 pair. I have this pair here, the black pair, and then I have round ones that are just like wireframe, and then I have a pair of blue ones that are similar to this, a little bit thinner of a frame, but they're like a dark blue. They're really pretty. But I kind of like, I don't wear that one too often because I think I look too much like an old school teacher. I like wanted colored frames because I was like, oh, well, like I love everything colored. But then I was like, I'm always afraid of looking old. So I don't wear them as much, but they are nice. They're very lightweight. They're much more lightweight than these frames. Okay, suitcase. Guys, what are we gonna color it? How about how about I mean, we could go like millennial with it and just make it like beige. Or do we go like maximalism with it and do we make it like hot pink? I don't know. Alright, we're gonna fill it. Okay, what about like turquoise? That's kind of cute. It's light, it's happy. We can always change it. It's super easy to change, especially when we're just working on the base color here. We'll play around once we have all the base fills in. But good news also, you know, I was talking about getting a new mic for my setup. because I desperately need one. I asked Joe and he showed me a good one to get. I'm just gonna save up a little bit more money before I buy it, but I'm hoping in the next couple weeks to be able to get it. It will be a much needed improvement. Stream is gonna sound a lot better. And hopefully it'll be nicer for you guys to listen and watch. Okay. Maybe we'll use like a dark here on the handle. I do feel like we need to address the background a little bit. It's a little bit boring. I wouldn't mind having a suitcase this color, actually. I want to get a new like carry-on bag because the one I have now is just like one our family's had since probably the 90s. And it'd be nice to have one that was like, I don't know, I feel like the newer ones they make now are lighter. And I'm also like, I would like a cute one. I wouldn't mind having a brightly colored one. Like the one I have now that I just borrow is just kind of like black, so not that fun. My big suitcase that I have for like traveling with my tablet is like a dark purple though. So maybe I should get like a purple to match. Okay. Let's do the background and then figure out if we actually like these colors. The floor should be... It's usually just like cement color. Although the one airport we're in, I think it was Arizona, they had like, you didn't really notice it, but it was actually like little airplane patterns like that. Wow, that definitely does not look like an airplane. Hold up. They got like the tail thing in the front. And then it was like, they were kind of like intertwined and stacked. And you wouldn't have noticed it until you really looked. And I was like, oh. Those are actually airplanes. I pointed out, my mom's like, oh, I never even noticed that. I'm like, if I wasn't the kind of person that does like surface design, I also probably wouldn't have ever noticed it. But when it comes to that stuff now, I often, like, if I see a pattern print, I look at it longer. I'm like, how did they do that? That's kind of nice. And then what if we did a warm fill behind it? And also we're gonna make the background white. Oh, that changes things. Hold up. Let me grab an eraser. I don't want it that stark of an edge. And back to this brush. I do something soft like this. Okay, guys, you know how there's like May 4th is like that Star Wars day? Like, may the 4th be with you. My very confused brain was thinking that like that was today. I'm like, March 4th. And then I was like, wait a minute. How's that have anything to do with Star Wars? And I was like, it doesn't. It's May, not March. I was like, you know, it was at this moment I knew that it's been a long winter, guys. That's all I'm saying. Like, I had to double check to make sure it was Wednesday. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't even know what time is anymore. I just know it's cold. And I don't want it to be. you know what? We could add some purple. Like a reflective floor. Alright, let's take... Where's the lines I used on the floor? Let's make these... There we go. Oh, I like it. Alright, let's warm up the background so it looks a little more cozy. We don't want it to be too cold and depressing. Let me try... Maybe we can add some of these textured... I know I talked about this, but I haven't done it yet, but I would really like to make Photoshop brushes live on stream. It is so much fun. Like, absolutely love doing it. It's so addicting. You could spend all day making brushes. At least I know I could. Because you get in like a rabbit hole where you start thinking about all the different like textures you can make, and then like I'll bust out my inks and my paints, and you know, you just start like splatting stuff on paper, and then you just take a picture with it of I can't English. You take a picture of it with your phone, and then when you put it in Photoshop, you just turn whatever the paint splotch or the ink spill or whatever it was, you just make it black and white, and you just up the darkness so it's black, and then that's pretty much the same thing. So you can create brushes either like by taking a picture of something you physically made a texture of, or you can make brushes just by like drawing here in Photoshop. Like I could turn that into a brush if I wanted. So that's pretty much the same thing, but I do really enjoy making brushes from like pictures. And I have like a watercolor paper that's really textured, so it works pretty darn nice for just giving that nice like textured realistic look. Maybe not that brush. Put that blue in here. I like this. This is kind of cute. Oh, that's too dark. Scrap on these big soft brushes. I just want to darken up around here just a little. There we go. That way it's kind of like a shadow of a little bit like, you know how Eeyore just kind of like has that aura of sadness? I want this little tired duck from the airport to also have that aura of darkness around them. Alright, I think I'm gonna keep the suitcase that color for now, because I don't hate it. Alright, let's do some base shading. Just a little bit. Before we add in the feathers. We got a little more blue. This is like my favorite part. Doing the line work, not so much. I know there's some people who really like doing line work, but I don't love it. I'd rather be playing with the colors, you know. Then we go warmer. Let's add some color and life back into this a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw my recent reel that I posted today, or I guess it'd be a short on YouTube. But I kind of like, it was my first video posted with the new format changes, and instead of like doing full like ASMR process drawing videos, I'm doing more like I erase through and it reveals the line work, and then I erase through and it reveals the color fill. You'll still have like the ASMR sounds, but it's just a lot less for me to have to record, and I was kind of like running tight on time. I started working on the weekends to do it, and it was just way too much. So I hope that everybody doesn't mind the format changing, because it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I am gonna kind of like polish it a little bit more. I have some ideas for kind of adding different camera angles that won't take extra time but make it look better. So playing around with that kind of stuff. But I'm hoping it's well received by everyone who already loves the silly duck videos. Like I don't want to disappoint people, but there's a point where it's like you gotta put some of yourself first, because it's a lot of work recording it all. And you know what I found out? I was trying so hard to get my mic to pick up the ASMR like drawing sounds really perfectly. I have like a mic I was plugging into my phone. And then when I was recording the new format, I was thinking, oh, I'm not gonna do like the ASMR sounds over it. And so I was just recording through my phone, like this far away from the tablet. And then I play back the video and the audio was better than when I was trying to do it with the mic. So I spent months recording, struggling with the mic when I could have just been using the phone. That was very humbling. And I'm like, well, you know, you live and learn. But that was a little frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, well, lesson learned. I'm like, I don't know why I didn't even try that in the beginning. But it's alright. Alright, we'll just add a little more. Pick up here. Okay. Now let's do... I'm just gonna do just a little more highlight in here. And a little here. Face Cat, hello, welcome back. Did you have a nice weekend? I think I need to bring the texture brush back. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I like how this is turning out. Just gonna put a little more highlight up here. I think I missed a spot. Weekend? What's that? Oh no, you were working all weekend. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I was just telling everybody I'm kind of like simplifying how I record my duck drawing videos, because I ended up like not Wednesdays, Sundays were pretty much me working all day, and I was just like, I don't know, I can't do, you know, like 6 days of work. I just can't do it. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm lazy, but it's just a bit much. Alright, this is gonna be the fill layer for the bill and the flipper. I usually use a cooler gray color. There we go. Oh, you know what I should do, guys? Let's put some highlight like on the upper part of the eyelids here. Just to exaggerate it a little. And shade on here. There we go. That looks good. This poor little duck looks so tired. I think I may have made that too highlighted. Let's leave it at that for now. Do want to add in just a wee bit more here. Just a little bit more. I think I made it too blue. Much too blue. I want it to be a subtle shadow there. Oop, that's much darker down there. Okay. I'm liking this. Darken this up a little bit here. There we go. Oh, I actually kind of like the cooler. That's giving like bounce light. I like that. I've been doing so much technical work lately that I really want to take a break and do something artistic. Yep. Yeah, that definitely doing something like more artistic what might help with if you're feeling some burnout. I feel like I feel like, okay, I'm trying to think of like what I would advise that wouldn't take up too much, because like if you start a big project or something like really hard that's artistic, like you could end up more burned out. So you like gotta pick something small, but you gotta pick something like that would be slightly creative. I don't know, that's a tough one. I know there's like, they have like adult coloring books, and honestly those are really fun. Sometimes I like doing those because you can feel creative, but it doesn't take like a ton of brain power. So I feel like those are always good. But I don't know. It could be, you know what? Also, sometimes like I see my mom do it. I don't do it as much, but she'll just like doodle on like any piece of paper she can find. And I feel like that's a good way to relax too. But if you don't have any time, it's kind of like, how do you even fit in time to do fun, creative things? That's tough. I think I need to make these flippers a little darker once we fill them in. Alrighty, let's do slightly more blue. Shade in here. Looks like I missed a little section here. Alright, what color should we make the neck pillow though? We do have to think about that. This leg be darker back here. And then we're gonna go a little bit lighter. So it catches the light just a wee bit there. Yeah, guys, I think I would like a suitcase this color. For that, I like, well, probably if you get like an orange, it's kind of like weird, but I do like orange colors. I'm working on the post-production sound for the Sky movie right now. It's all technical right now, but we'll get more creative when I get into the sound design. Yeah, you're like going through all the not fun stuff. It's like, I just call those type of projects like it's a necessary evil. Like it's something you gotta do before you can get to the good part. That's tough. Okay, let's add a little highlight. Just a little up here. You know what we might work on a little tomorrow is the Cookie Monster. Because I never did finish that. And we need to finish Cookie Monster at some point. Let's do a little darker. Alright, this is looking good, but we need... Are we gonna... So the duck reference I had picked out had like white feathers on the front. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that now. We could just leave it purple. Let's try and do the feathers. Sometimes I can't get them right. If we can get it right today, though, we'll keep it. Alright, usually I stop before I start and just kind of like plan what I want to do. I think I should start not too light. We'll start with the gray parts. I don't know. I have to resync the production audio to the edited video. Once I get through with that, I can start editing the dialogue. And that sounds like a lot of work. My goodness. At this little patch, we'll start here. Oh, I got the wrong brush. Hold up. I want something with a little more texture. Maybe a little brighter. Oh, that looks good. And try and mimic feathers. Let's make the brush bigger. Okay, this isn't bad. Hold up, I need an eraser. Like a textured eraser. I got one somewhere. Oh, how about this one? Oh, that's nice. Hold up, what if I go up on the edge and just kind of break it up? And then gently... I like that. I've never done that before. Okay, we're winning. Very good. It's actually working. I'm very much toying with trying to like stream playing video games. Because I would really like to play some Minecraft and build some things. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if people are gonna be like what? If they're gonna be like, why is she playing video games? She's an artist. So I'm like, I'm kind of worried about that. But maybe if I kept it like creative, you know, because, you know, building in Minecraft is like architecture, and architecture is art. So I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted on that, whatever I decide to do. Alright, now we need to use... This would be white feathers, dark. Feathers, mid, and light. Let's blend these in together. Oh, hold up, I gotta catch up on chat. I'm sorry, guys, I was looking away. I really want to learn more about 3D video modeling. Oh, wow. But my current computer won't handle it. Oh, that's kind of a problem. I'm working on putting together a new computer, but it takes money. Yeah. Computers are expensive. Car currently needs a catalog converter. Oh man, that sucks. So the next paycheck is going for that. Man, that's tough. Yeah, you definitely need like a souped up PC when you start doing the 3D stuff. Yeah, I need to... At some point, I need to like upgrade my PC. It's getting a little old. But so far, it's still like... It's holding on. I'm not doing anything 3D related, so it's been okay. Even when I use Blender, I don't render scenes or do anything crazy. No like simulation stuff, so far it's holding on, but you know, at some point like components get old and then they break. That's the worst part. I think I might want to make this. Oh, I kind of like this. I feel like this is layering in nice. What if I did some of the fill layers? Because I kind of want some of that texture to come through underneath. Green maybe, and then lower the opacity. And then what if I add this Yeah, that looks good. Alright, let's just go with one more layer on top. And this is going to be a little bit of a touch of color just in the edges here. Very subtle. I feel like nobody's going to notice this, but I'm going to add it in anyway. Alrighty. Alright, let's do the eyes. After I name this, feathers, highlight. Okay, let's do the eyes. There we go. And we'll do a little highlight in here. I've been trying to make the eyes look a little more three-dimensional, you know? So I've been shading them kind of like that. Slowly, like my technique for how I draw these ducks is changing. Okay. We need to address the neck pillow though. What color? I don't want to match it because then I think it would just get lost with the backpack. Okay, here's what I could do. What I could do is change the backpack to something else and then make the neck pillow this turquoise. Right? And then it doesn't get totally lost. Is this the backpack? Oh, I just drew it on the wrong layer. No. Okay, it wasn't that much to fill. I was like, I need to work on this today though, because I'll need these to be done for next week's videos. So I'm like, I have got to get working on these. Alright, let's play with some colors on our little color slider here. Alright. Okay, pink. Pink could be cute. I assume you're using a drawing pad. Yeah, let me tilt my camera down so you guys can see. Oh, we're catching a bit of the monitor. Hold up. Let me move it a little. I can show you guys my tablet. I've got like a pretty big one. Oh yeah. Okay, this is gonna be really... There you go. You can see my hand for size reference. It is really, really nice. My mom was kind enough when I got seriously into digital art. I had a tablet my brother bought that he didn't want. It was the Huion one where you don't have a screen. You just draw on like the surface and then it goes up on your monitor. And I used that one until I broke it. So I used it for probably 5 years. And then I was getting into storyboarding and I really wanted to get a bigger surface because I was having trouble with my wrist. And so my mom was like, well, you didn't go to college. And I usually paid for all my other art classes. And she was like, I want to get you like a graduation gift. So she got me this tablet. So I'm super grateful for it. I'm like, don't tell her this. I do intend on paying her back someday. I know she's never gonna take the money. Oh, that's nice. I know it is nice, but I'm like, I just don't feel right, you know. I'm like, I'm gonna consider it like I borrowed the money and then At some point, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna pay her back. Okay, what about yellow, guys? Yellow's kind of cute. Okay, the only thing I'm thinking is like the suitcase, the neck pillow, and the backpack are all like super cheerful, but the duck is not very cheerful. Do we like that contrast? Does that make it kind of funny, or does it make it feel out of place? I think that's what we need to decide. Like, should we have gloomy colors to go with the gloomy duck? Or is it more like this duck is a cheerful duck because look at its luggage. It's just that flying took such a toll on this poor duck that it now looks really lifeless. But its suitcase and backpack are still very much full of life. Do you ever watch other artists stream? I do. I watch not as much as I probably could. I don't really know their names. I just have them like come up in my feed and I watch them randomly if I see they're live. There's one girl out of Japan I watch. There's a guy I watch. I don't know his name. I don't know where he's from. But he does like a lot of like ink gesture drawing. And then usually I'm not on when they stream, so usually what I'll do is I'll scrub through like old streams. But I don't have like a large list of artists that I like watch. More, I have like a list of artists that either I follow them on social media that I really like, or I'll watch their YouTube videos. I'm not a big live watcher, usually just because I can't multitask. Like, if I'm trying to, like, I guess the only time I could do is like at night if I was playing a game, but I usually play with other people, so I can't be like watching something. But I can't like watch streams while I work. I get really distracted because I'll just end up like watching them the whole time. But if you know of any good like art streamers, please let me know. And I'd love to get into watching people. Like maybe on the weekends I could watch some of their stuff, you know? Because I would like to start watching streamers more, especially now that I'm like streaming myself. Like I wanna, I don't know, I feel like I'm more interested in it now. Let's see. I do watch some, like, I'd watch this one streamer I like. She plays a game, but she's not an artist. She just plays, like, video games. So I think I usually watch, like, gamers. Maybe, like, a dark blue. I don't know, guys. I'm torn on what color to make this. Should I just follow my heart and make it yellow? I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say flying, put this little duck over the edge. And they're normally cheerful and happy, like their luggage, but that's what I'm gonna do, guys. I haven't watched him in a while, but there's a guy on Twitch, Even Blair, who does fantasy art that's really good. Oh, Evan, I think I may have heard of him before. Fantasy art, that sounds fun. I like that kind of stuff. All right, I'm gonna have to check him out. All right, let's shade this. Do 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 do. I like to shade yellows with greens. There we go. Let's put some highlight up here. And a little bit more. Okay. Now, we're gonna shade this. Make a little more green. Or should we have it go towards... No, I think that feels right. I would actually really like to get one of these pillows for when I'm flying. I've never had one. But I'm like, is it just like people get them because they think they work, or do they actually work? So if anyone has flown and has a neck pillow and they're like, you need to have one, it's actually really nice, let me know. Da, 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 da. Put a little highlight. Evan Blair. I keep saying even. Oh my gosh. Evan Blair art on Twitch. Okay, thank you. Let me write that down. Where's my pen? Here we go. I am a big list keeper, guys. I think I picked it up from my mom. She writes everything down too. Okay. And okay. Alrighty. Note taken. Thank you for the recommendation. Alrighty. We just need to add a little bit of... Oh, that's a little bright. Just a wee bit too bright. Okay. Now I need to do the suitcase. Do. Bum, 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 dun, dun. Yeah, I think I'm really liking this color. Probably would be... Hold up. A little darker on this side. I think I need to darken the handle up a little. I don't think the handles... Duck only has one nostril. No. Well, that's actually, I'm glad you said that, because it might mean I need to change. It actually has no nostrils. That's actually supposed to be its mouth. I think I need to make it look a little bit more like a mouth. So thank you for pointing that out. I think I need to make some adjustments there. Oh, I actually really like when people say stuff though like that, because when you're creating something, you have like a lot of preconceived ideas about what you're creating and exactly what it is. But it's important for like people with fresh eyes to look at a project, because they often will see things that like you didn't think about. Like I wouldn't have thought of that, but like you saw it like that. And so that's like, I'm like, okay, now I need to adjust it. I now know how like someone who doesn't know 100% of like what it's supposed to be like thinks it is, and it's helpful. That's why they say like show your artwork to other people, and because it is important to see what other people actually see. Okay. I think the suitcase is a little too bright still. I think we need to darken it up. Alright, here we go. Oh, I need to darken the wheels too. Like, we don't want it to stand out too much. I don't want it to take too much attention. I'd rather have the eye drawn towards the duck's head and the neck pillow more than this suitcase. So I think it's good. A little bit darker. Alright, make the wheels dark. Make this dark too. And this. Alright, we're good here. We're just need to work on where is that layer? We need to fix them out. Maybe we just have no mouth. Or hold up, let me bust out my line work brush. We do something like, let me get the brush size right. Maybe something like that. I kind of like that actually. There we go. This is the face where they just missed their flight. Actually, I feel like there would be panic. This is more like their flight just got delayed again. There we go. Oh, look here. We gotta fix this. The eye fill layer. Oops. Apparently I didn't take it all the way to the edge. There we go. Alright. Oh, what is it missing? It's missing the inside of its mouth needs a color. There we go. Alright guys, we need to move on because it's already a little after 5. We need to move on to our next project, which is the Bruno Mars silly deck. Bum, bum, bum. Let me pull up the reference. Alright. I think I saved it in here somewhere. I had a screenshot. Yeah, I left it in here. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the screenshot I took from the music video. Let me turn off these layers and put it in the PureRef file. Like really, really like the framing. As soon as I watched the scene, I was like, I need to make a silly duck version of this. So it looks like you start at 4 p.m. Are you changing from 2 p.m. as your normal start time? I am. It was a bit much for me to do 4 hours. I think I still need to ease myself into it since streaming is still kind of new to me. And I want to make my streams a bit more focused. So like on one, like each stream will work on one thing rather than like 5 different things. So today we're just doing like silly duck drawings. And then, you know, tomorrow I'll see what projects I have left at the end of the day and we'll work on those. So it could be storyboarding. It could be the art collection we were working on. It could be any of those things. So I was like, I want to make my streams a little bit more organized. So they're going to be a little bit shorter, usually around 2 hours. And then they'll be a little bit more focused than what my other ones were. Okay. Let's do the line work on the window. Do you do requests? I mean, I could. I haven't done that before. Like requests and like what type of stuff I should be streaming or like what silly duck I should be drawing. Haven't thought about that. That might be kind of fun. Oops. Okay, let's draw the window. Okay, the ledge. I'm gonna raise it a little bit from the reference. There's a bit of a tangent there. There we go. Oh, I did not make this symmetrical in the rough one. Alright, we can always... I need to shorten the window just a little bit. There we go. Smoothing. I'm gonna use smoothing, guys. I'm gonna cheat. I've been working on the script for the D&D based film, and it would be fun to see your interpretations on the characters. Oh, that could be a fun challenge. That could be a fun challenge to do. I have to keep that in mind. I've never done anything like that before. But that would kind of align with like this year I'm trying to and guys, I can't draw this curved line. I'm trying to like learn more character design skills. And I feel like trying to do that would definitely be a good test of skill. Oh man, this is taking like all my brain cells to get this arch perfect. Whew. Okay. I think theirs may have been a little bit more arched, but we're gonna go with this. You know, it's getting serious when I lean really, really close to my tablet. Alright, we're gonna have to do a lot of erasing on this one. Ooh. No, there we go. Thank goodness for symmetry. What a blessing. Okay, I think we did it. Okay, there we go. Da, da, da. And then we just need to do this part of the window. Goes here. Actually, hold up. It's more like there. And then, oh no, we're gonna have to draw another frame. It's okay. I'm a professional. Okay, there we go. Anytime I have to draw something that's like architectural, I do struggle a little bit. That's something I'd also like to get a little bit better at. Okay, here we go again. We're gonna do this. We are gonna do this. Oh, this doesn't look so good. You know, it's very, it's organic. That's what it is. That's not terrible. And the background's important on this one, but... Okay. The idea behind the script is that there is an elf named Christian whose daughter was kidnapped, okay, using a trap the soul magic spell by a lich, powerful evil undead mummy-like creature. Oh, interesting. I feel like there's a lot of ways that could go in like design wise. Oh, wait a minute, guys. It's like a stained glass window. Oh, jeez, it's gonna be hard. How do I simplify this? I have to think about this. Oh, okay. Lich is pronounced like witch. Got you. My bad. I think it was my German slipping in there. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. Alright, let's do the line work now. I'm just gonna flip his character around a couple times. Oh, we don't need the fill layer on. Oh, apparently we do. That was the guitar layer. I think I'm just gonna pull it back a little. Let's flip it again. Just gonna fix the stool. What layer is that on? There we go, that looks better. Alrighty. Let's lower the opacity and get started on this. I don't often draw my ducks from like a profile view, so I'm glad we did the character reference like sheet earlier, but I'm still not 100% satisfied with how the head looks. I think I'm just gonna have to be okay with it for now. I have like his album on loop, his new one. I really do like it. There's also another artist I like, Eric Nam, and he released a single recently, and it is really good. And I'd like to do a silly duck from his MV, which is also cowboy themed. I think what I'm torn is like, how did I do this in my original? Hold up, Control Z to the rescue. Man, Photoshop is lagging out. Don't do this to me, Photoshop. Yeah, what was I saying about my PC being fine? This doesn't bode well. Why is it doing this? I might have to restart Photoshop. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. It's having a moment. Sometimes it's when I had the canvas rotated, but I didn't. I don't know why it's being like this. All right, we're gonna save it. We're gonna restart Photoshop. Oh, Photoshop. The word is an old English word that means body or corpse. Ah, it's derived from the Proto-Germanic, so it does have Germanic roots. Ah, okay. I'm gonna think that I was smart enough to pick up on that. I probably was just mispronouncing it because I mispronounce so many things. But that's very interesting. I did like, I forgot when it was, but I watched some video talking about how like how there's a lot of old English spellings still in like how we write in English now, and it had like explains a lot of why the spellings are weird and they don't kind of go with how things sound. So I feel like there's a part of me that wants to like study Old English, but then I'm also like, I'd rather put that energy into a new language. But it makes me curious sometimes. Yeah, you probably pronounced it correctly if it were Old English. Ah. See guys, I'm just speaking Old English. That's what's happening. Oh my gosh. Alright, we got Photoshop cooking. It's coming back up. Slowly. I'm praying this fixed it. Da, 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 da. Where's that file? Alrighty. Here we go. Let's see what happens if we try to draw. Uh-oh, that didn't bode well. It's like a little laggy for some reason. I'm hoping I don't need to restart my PC because that would really suck. Let's just keep going and see what happens. I will have to cut even today's, even though it's like already a short stream, I have to cut it a little bit shorter because I'm taking care of my mom's animals and I need to go feed the cows and put the ducks in. So I will have to cut it a little bit short. Because if I wait too long and it gets dark, there is a fox that comes around and I do not want him to eat one of our ducks. So the trap, the soul spell imprisons the target in a gem. Oh, since Christian's daughter is her father's gem, the title of the story is the gem. Oh, very cool. Do you have like a book or like Google Docs? Like, how do you keep track of all this? Like, that's a lot. I feel like it's probably tough keeping it like all organized. Want me to send you the script? I mean, yeah, if you want to. I don't know when I'll get around to doing it, but it might be fun to look at. I feel like I'm always a little bit disorganized with the... Like, you guys know I have a lot of projects in the fire, so I don't know 100% when I'll get around to it. But yeah, if you... I think... if you're in Joe's Discord, the... what's his channel called? Whatever his stream channel's called. I'm in there as well. I think I'm like... I don't know if he has me listed as a moderator, but you should be able to send it to me through there. Or if you want, you can go to my website and there's I want to say an email listed. I have an email. You could email it to, like my work email. I don't know. I can send it to him. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Perfect. Yeah, I'll just have him, he can forward it to me. That'd be perfect. Do 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 do. All right, the top of the hat. There we go. Well, it seems like this fixed the lag issue. Okay, then we'll put the bill on this layer. Alright, what time are we? 5:23? Okay. It's rainy today, so it's getting dark earlier. I think I can go till at least 5:30. So let's just keep going as fast as we can. If I go too late, the cows are gonna start looking for me. It's tough because they get really bored when there's like no grass because it's winter. So it's good to keep their little hay piles stocked up. But earlier today, I saw them out playing together in the field, so I was like, that's good. They're entertaining themselves. I'm also in charge of taking care of the dog, so poor Annabelle gets lonely. It's good if she gets enough time outdoors each day. She's a very, she's getting older, so she doesn't have as much energy as she used to, but she still likes to be out as much as she can be. But the problem is she chases the delivery people, so I can't leave her out. I'm like, Annabelle, you ruined this for yourself. And I feel so bad for the delivery people when she scares them. Like, she's a nice dog, but she's also really, like, weird around strangers. She gets really nervous. And so I can't 100% say she wouldn't, like, I don't know if she'll bite. I heard that taking care of cows is a moving experience. Yeah. It's fun at first. I think that's what I can say. Cows, I'm a little bit scared of cows, I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, they're cute. I prefer them when I'm like behind the fence. Like there's a fence between us and I can just feed them through there. But my mom's cows are nice, but they're too nice. And so they're always trying to lick you, and I mean, it's cute if you like cows and you like getting like slobbered on, but I'm not really into that. So I have a love-hate relationship with cows. Like I like them, I think they're cute, they're funny, but I also don't, like, I'm scared of them and I don't want them licking me and eating my coat. So it's a double-edged sword. Okay, here we go. Put the arm in. I think the hard part here is going to be the guitar, because drawing instruments is really hard. Do, 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 do. Okay. Can't really see what I did with the other finger here. I think it was something like this. And then maybe this one. Yeah, I think I need to make it bigger. There we go. Okay. This arm here. I thought about doing like his whole outfit, but I decided not to. Because I feel like it would just get too hard to like even see. Because a lot of the guitar covers him anyway. I think I'll just leave it without. The hat's enough. Thumb in back here. I'm glad this fixed the lag issue I was having. Yeah, I got kind of burned out from drawing instruments after Joe had me do the accordion twice in his album covers. I was like, those were insane to try and make look accurate. I'm like, I never want to draw or paint in an accordion again, ever. But Joe, like, he loves the whole Reggie and the accordion concept. So he's like, that's like the whole thing. So if he makes a Horizons 3, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, look, it's gonna be twice the price if you want an accordion. Like, can't he just have like a little bongo or something, like something little and easy to draw? Maybe he plays like the spoons or something. It's like an accordion is really hard. Oh, I think I was using the wrong brush size. Oops. Alright, we can put it back up to 40. I'm just gonna draw through the guitar, I feel like. Oh. There we go. There we go. I'm not very fond of accordion. Yeah. It looks really hard to play. I have like, well, actually every instrument looks hard to play. I don't know, like playing instruments just like, I don't know, it kind of blows my mind. I'm not a very good multitasker. Like, especially with my hands. Like, even just piano. Like I can't do, like, you know where you're supposed to like pat your head and like rub your tummy? I can't even do that. So I'm like, I think instruments are kind of like out of the question for me to ever learn. Not that I couldn't do it if I really wanted to, but yeah, accordion looks really hard Because not only are you playing the keys over here, there's like these other buttons that do things. I don't know what they do. And then you gotta like push it with the air. Let's see. The definition of perfect pitch. Do you throw a banjo in a dumpster and it spears an accordion? Oh my gosh. That's great. I'm gonna tell Joe that when he's like, hey, draw an accordion again. I'll be like, you mean this? Alright, I think I need to make the tail smaller. And maybe a little less pointy. Yeah, whenever I have the rotation on, it seems like it lags it out. Okay, we're 5:31. How dark is it getting? It's getting dark outside. I might have to wrap it up for today. We did good though. We finished the colors on one. We finished the window. Where did I put that layer? We just need to figure out. We have to, hold on, let me fill this in here. We have to we have to do the stained glass. That's not gonna be fun. I'm also gonna move him a little bit. There's like way too many tangents going on here with his head here and then like there. And then there's one here. So we'll have to move him. And I don't know how we're gonna do the stained glass. It's a lot of detail. We're gonna have to simplify it. I don't know how yet, but that's what we're gonna do. Sorry to jeopardize your conversation, but there's nobody else here. No, don't tell me that. I got, you never know when someone is gonna join, so... You know, I always try and, I want to make sure that, like, when someone joins, they feel like it's easy for them to just start chatting with me because I'm already, you know, like, talking. So, I just say chat or everybody in case everybody is there, and if not, you can be everybody. But thanks for stopping by, Base Cat. I'm gonna have to cut it short today, but I'll be back tomorrow starting at 4 Eastern time, and this whole week I'll be cutting my streams short a little earlier because I'm watching the animals for the whole week. So, but next week I'll be on my usual 4 to 6. So, okay, have a good night. Thank you. You too. Everybody and every one person. I will be catching you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.